LONGVINTER. I was really going to purchase this game after reading review and other commentary around the internet. Ultimately, I do recommend this game, with some caution. This game has a lot of potential. You will see this game is tagged as early access and is currently in beta. This is not immediately evident inside the game. The menus and graphics are gorgeous for this style of game. The music is well matched, the crafting and cooking system are pretty basic, but there is a huge potential to expand item and recipes. There are several things you can cook and craft in this game currently, but I feel like you could do plenty more with minor changes to the current items. For example, you can use 4 bundles of wheat to craft a bag of flour and then use 4 bags of flour make a lot of bread. You can eat both the bread and the croissant, but that's it. I would like to see a recipe where you can use a lot of bread and fish or some other meat and create a sandwich, for example. Everything appears to be single-tiered at the moment, when there is a clear room for multiple tiers. The map itself is beautiful, though and different climate offer great variety of looks suited to the climate. I started with my own server that I played on privately for about 8 hours while it was fun. It got old fairly quickly as there was no one to interact with. While I plan to continue my private server for testing and playing, I opted to try the US West one-on-one server to get some human contact. Once you've been to walk, you will notice there aren't many people around. One thing this game appears to be lacking is NPCs. There are plenty of items to interact with, but with the lack of population, you would expect more NPC to interact with. This is not the case. While it isn't horrible, it can feel very lonely at times, especially since the map is large. It may not seem like it, but without a well thought out plan and some assistance, you would abort. It can take several minutes to trek from one end of the map to the other. While you can technically swim from shore to shore, you use massive amount of energy doing this and you would die without feeding yourself multiple food items. The different climates are fantastic, however I do find that it's currently state of beta. There isn't a huge variety in food, wildfire, and I would like to see the tent and houses take on different look based on the climate area you choose to station. There seems to be a lot of anger toward the developer due to the constant wipes, packs and lack of moderation for the most part. While I personally understand this game is truly its infancy, others are not understanding. This comes without territory when you charge for a game that isn't done. We are currently live in a world where some apparently choose to pay to alpha and beta test, and while that's not necessarily a bad thing on its own, it does set a precedent that allows some developer or develop studios to establish a bit of an ego. While it's easy to say this game is in early access or beta, there will be bugs. That's an entirely different piece to charge money for it and just say sorry, not sorry. Warner Studios curves a fine line in this regard. They do like to remind players every chance they get, since it's still a lot finished product, and while you did pay for it, you aren't actually entitled to anything other than access to the game. I do believe this game can be great. There are so many aspects that feel like they're just scratching the surface here. There is potentially for numerous levels of crafting and cooking. The PvP aspect of the game adds something unique to an otherwise entirely different genre, but could use some tweaking. I am excited to see where this game is going to, and especially excited for the possibility of a workshop full of mod. Thank you for watching, guys, and hope you see you later, my friends. Goodbye.